So good morning to everybody here today at SOAR. Thank you to the staff and to Kobe Hall for putting on another great event. It's a great time for us to identify the issues of today in Kentucky. I'm Chuck Hogg, Senior Vice President of All Points Broadband. I guess click over here. Is there a way to get my... Oh, here we go. I guess a little bit of a lag. There we go. All right, so Kentucky was funded with $1.1 billion in this BEAD program. I'm having a little problem with the clicker, so I'm going to put it down. But essentially, BEAD is the federal program to bring broadband, equity, access, and deployment. It's administered by the states. It's roughly a $42.5 billion program. States are going to be administering the program on an individual basis, and our Office of Broadband and Deployment in Kentucky will be administering BEAD. The program requires a 25% match from state or sub-grantees and may be sourced from local and state funding from the American Rescue Plan Act. So if you have ARPA funding in your community that you're looking to spend, this is a great way to put that money with a local provider as match towards BEAD. BEAD funding priorities are primarily for focus on serving the unserved and underserved areas. An unserved area would be that location that probably typically had dial-up or DSL or maybe fixed wireless. They barely get 25 megabit. But an underserved area would be an area that can't get 100 megabit. And the two of those together are the priorities for the program. And then once those areas are fulfilled and funded, then we'll follow up with the community anchor institutions and providing those areas with gigabit service. So Kentucky is required to achieve universal service for unserved and underserved areas before using BEAD for any other use. And that's kind of important so that nobody will be left behind. Along with state resources from KBDF and KBIP, this funding represents a once-in-a-generation opportunity to achieve universal broadband in your community. DSL and fixed wireless reporting is a problem, and it's been a huge problem where areas that have been claimed to be covered that are not, and these locations should be considered unserved for Kentucky's program, and we support that. Kentucky has already invested $450 million in broadband, but pockets remain. We think that there's approximately 125,000 plus or minus locations, a little bit there, of eligible BEAD locations that could be funded through this program. These represent some of the most difficult, hardest, and expensive locations to serve. These guys are the rural areas. Now, I'll tell you a little bit that us at All Points Broadband, we have a different ethos than some of the traditional providers. We've focused on that donut and not the donut hole of the rural areas. We focused on providing service to the rural areas today. And so we provide for an innovative approach to bring universal fiber broadband to every home in the project areas we serve. No one is left behind. It is not part of our ethos to cherry pick away the best locations in an area. Instead, our approach is to bring competition to the community and supply service capable of 10 gigabit per second service to the home. That's right, 10 gig, not 1 gig, 10. In fact, when most counties sign with us as a partner, incumbent providers are forced to step up their game and provide a competitive offering before we enter the market. APB has partnered with and trusted and has been entrusted to build in 23 counties across Kentucky and Virginia. And every single county that has stuck with us for a full grant cycle has a funded project in their county. And there certainly will be many challenges on the way in permitting, make-ready, engineering, and other construction activities. But in the past 24 months, All Points was awarded more than $300 million and committed more than $160 million of our own capital and matching funds to build in our partner counties. But we're ready to work. We're ready to help solve the problem in broadband, and we're ready to solve that problem in Kentucky. So let's get to work. Thank you for your time.